My name is Molly Pearce, and I'm a grade 9 student in Mrs. Watson's English class. In the past few weeks, our class has learned about an array of cultural aspects of the Canadian First Nations. My first poem is a symbol poem called The Beat of the Drum. When all has been said, when all has been sung, I will wait for you by the beat of the drum. The gentle pulse that drives our hearts, the curse of thunder in our skies, would lay a ballad of love to hum, while I wait for you by the beat of the drum. The rhythm throbs through tree roots that tie us to the earth, and it laughs through the air, setting us free. But when all has been said, and when all has been sung, we will wait for you by the beat of the drum. In this poem, the drum symbolizes the gift of life in the world and the underlying message of love that it sends. I've used personification to show the liveliness of the beat and repetition to emphasize its importance. My next poem is a lyric poem that I've called When They Were Taken. As they leave, they cry for their mothers, shout for their sisters, long for their brothers. Their fathers ache for the sound of their voice, when she laughed, when he sang, before they were taken, without a word, without a choice. The deafening silence left by these children was an unbearable burden with no relief. It cannot be unwritten. In this poem, I've used an oxymoron in the first line of the last stanza to emphasize the void left by the residential schools. For my haiku poems, I've picked 2 of the 7 grandfather teachings for inspiration. Bravery. Not to be fearless, but to rise in spite of fear. That is bravery. Love. What is love? To move a mountain for her, cross a sea for him? In my first haiku poem, I have used imagery, as I have created the image of someone rising up before their fears. I've enhanced my second haiku poem using hyperboles in the second and third lines. My next poem is concrete, as I've used the shape of an inukshuk as a guideline. Inukshuk, simple rock, as still as a pond untouched, although in this form, speaks to wanderers, guiding them through land of rock and ice. I've used the simile, as still as a pond untouched, to show how inanimate the rock is. An ode to the storyteller. When the sun sets and the moon shines bright, all faces will turn to one person tonight, the teller of stories, of fables and tales, who will give us a plot that will let our souls sail. For when we hear of adventurous journeys, incredible mysteries and scenes, we touch at the hem of truth of what we could and would believe. We can walk on water through the eyes of this one. We can move among stars, to the moon and around the sun. But it may not be easy, at least not as it seems, for it is true that some things must be believed to be seen. In this poem, I've used hyperboles, such as walking on water and moving among stars, to exaggerate the importance of storytelling.